If the Polygon Siskiu T8 was any better value, it'd come with a free set of steak knives. Polygon are one of a number of brands direct to consumer now, allowing them to offer some really hot pricing. And this one here comes in at less than 3 gorillas. So what do you get for your money? What kind of performance does 3 grand get you nowadays? This is a 140mm travel 29er with an alloy frame, though you can get this bike in a 150mm version with 275 wheels. Though depending on the frame size you ride, you might only have one wheel size option. In a size small, it's 275 only. In a size medium, you can get either wheel option, while in a large or extra large frame, it's 2.9er only. We've been riding a medium in a 29-inch wheel. When you have a look at what this bike offers, it really is nailing a lot of those must-haves for a modern trail bike. It's got a dropper post, it's got a single ring drivetrain with a wide range 11 to 46 tooth cassette. It comes with tubeless tyres, though you will have to add tubeless tape and tubeless valves to get it set up. It even comes with a good quality fork too, with 35mm legs. The new RockShox Revelation is super stiff. A wide bar and a short stem round out the package. To hit such a sharp price point and still deliver on those key items, Polygon have saved a few bucks in some other areas. The crankset is from Pro Wheel, for instance, and the Trans X dropper post isn't one that we've ridden before and feels a little bit floppy in the lever. Absolutely all of those fundamentals are covered, but of course it's how it rides that really matters. So let's have a look at how it performs on the trail. It took us a couple of rides to get the feel for the Siskiu. Long story short, getting the most out of the bike takes a bit of attention. We found that the suspension setup and tyre pressures made a very big difference on this bike, and until we got this right, it all felt a little chattery and tiring in the rough. First up, we converted the Siskiu's wheels for tubeless. Now this is a must-do. The tyres are quite a hard compound, so you really need to go tubeless and drop the pressures, or they do tend to skate around. A softer suspension setup and a moderately fast rebound speed was the best approach for this bike. Set up like this, the suspension stays nice and active, which helps the bike hold speed better in the rough and gave us a lot more grip in the corners. With the fork, we actually removed one of the bottomless tokens from the air spring and followed the recommended pressure guide on the fork leg. Again, this is a slightly softer setup than we'd usually run, but it seemed to work best for this bike. Once we had all that sorted, the bike became a lot easier to get along with, and we suddenly found our groove with the Siskiu, and we began taking it to all of our usual haunts. The riding position is great. The wide cockpit and the stiff fork put you in a strong and commanding position, encouraging you to take control, and 140mm travel will get you out of trouble most times. It's exactly the kind of feeling you want if you're an intermediate rider looking to push your skills to the next level. Given the price, the sub 14 kilogram weight is pretty damn good. Pedaling performance was a massive surprise too. It's a real standout element for this bike. The shock has 3 compression settings, open, firm and locked, but we rarely flicked it out of the open position. Any niggles? Well, yeah, there's a fair bit of cable rattle going on, and there aren't any water bottle mounts. The seat angle is pretty slack too, and so we needed to push the saddle forward on the seat clamp in order to get a good position over the crank. Tall riders who have a lot of seat post out might find themselves pushed out over the rear wheel quite a long way, so that's something to keep in mind. Right out of the box, and I do literally mean out of the box, because that's how this bike will come shipped to you, it's a great bike for the money. But with a few tweaks, such as setting the tyres up tubeless and spending the time to get the suspension dialed for your weight and riding style, it becomes an excellent bike for the cash. It's never going to be as quiet, as refined, or as light or as smooth as some of the bikes we test here at Flow, but you need to remember that this bike is less than 3,000 bucks. Look what you're getting for under 3 grand. It's an excellent proposition if you're someone who wants a good solid trail bike but doesn't have a bucket load of cash to spend.